Is this the worst gaming smartphone? So Itel made a super affordable gaming device, but is this the worst or the best gaming budget phone in the market at the moment? This is the Itel P65. This device is a budget-friendly smartphone that has been made to look like a gaming device and even offer some features on gaming smartphones. A closer look at this and you'll see it has some similarities to the Infinix GT20 Pro. I've had this device for a couple of weeks now and I'm excited to share my honest review with you guys. This review is solely going to be based on my personal experience with the P65. So sit back and let's get into it. Also, if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button and turn on post notification so you get notified whenever I have a new video on. Let's get right into it. First impressions. Right out of the box, the Itel P65 caught my eyes with its sleek cyber design. It's somehow obvious here that Itel was going for a futuristic look, and trust me, this worked. This was one of the reasons why I was eager to get my hands on one of these. The phone feels sturdy in the hand for grip, and this can be attributed to the cyber shield material, and the brushed metallic texture here adds a bit of premium touch to it. But if you can see, this back happens to be a fingerprint magnet and doesn't look good, but thankfully there's a pouch available in the box to help with that. It's not the lightest phone out there, but it's still comfortable to use and hold. For the display, we get a 6.7-inch IPS LCD display. This display is kind of a mixed bag here, but it's not the worst display out there, considering this is a budget entry-level device. On one hand, the 120Hz refresh rate on this device is supposed to give it an edge, but in my opinion, this has no business being here. Not for once did I get a 120Hz refresh rate using this device, but it still performs okay for the price range. The 720p resolution on this smartphone might be a bit of a letdown. While it's not terrible for everyday use, but you still notice some quality drops in display. Brightness is decent, but I did struggle a bit using this device outdoors. While there's no mention of a peak brightness, I'm guessing it should be around 400 to 500 nits of peak brightness. We also get the dynamic bar feature here for the basics like face unlock, recorder, and also the charging animation. The NFC feature on this device is only available on the 256GB variant. You should keep that in mind if your region supports mobile payments. For the performance of this device, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Powering the Itel P65 is a Unisoc T615 chipset. The P65 handles basic tasks like social media, web browsing, and light gaming without much fuss. While this device is built to give you an idea of what a gaming smartphone looks and feels like, it really doesn't do much in the gaming department, mostly because of the chipset here. The T615 chipset here is not capable of giving a smooth and impressive gaming experience. Heavy gamers did struggle a bit when testing it out, but it's still playable. I tried downloading games like Warzone Mobile and Asphalt 9 here, but they didn't come up on Play Store. Keep your expectations low in that aspect, and don't forget this is a budget and entry-level device. However, it still holds up for day-to-day use. I always recommend going for one with a higher RAM for a better gaming experience. But if you're big on gaming, you can check out the Itel RS4. That is a much better gaming device, has better specs, and would handle graphic intensive games and overall gaming experience better. Gamers would appreciate the iBoost gaming engine feature on the P65, which seems to help with the overall performance in games. It's not going to turn the P65 into a gaming powerhouse, but it somehow improves the overall gaming experience. This smartphone comes in 4GB of RAM or 8GB of RAM and 128GB or 256GB of storage. One standard feature on the P65 is this flex button. This is a customizable button, and no, it's not the power button. This is different. By default, it's a button and does nothing, but you can customize this button, set it to quickly access your favorite apps or features. It comes in two customizable options, the press ones and long press. There are quite a number of shortcuts like the camera, because why not? The flashlight, or if you're a gamer, it can be a shortcut to the game space. This button works even when the screen is turned off. You can just customize this to fit into your preference or just play around with it. I have mine set to long press for game space and press once for camera. It's a small touch, but I found it quite useful. There is no IP rating for this device, which is kind of disappointing because that is the basic protection for smartphones. Now let's check out the camera specs. The camera bump on this device is unnecessarily huge, and this attracts smudges and fingerprint smears. It houses a single 50 megapixel lens and the flash. When it comes to camera performance, I wasn't expecting much, as most times gaming devices pay little or no attention to the camera and picture quality. The 50 megapixel main camera here is capable of taking some shots in good lighting conditions, but overall I wasn't impressed with the camera performance. The pictures don't look like they were shot on a 50 megapixel. It's giving 8 megapixel or 30 megapixel at best. The 8 megapixel selfie camera is where the camera of this device really shines. The selfie camera here does way better job than that on the rear. In good lighting, the shot comes out so well. It will do for casual selfies and video call, but if you're big on camera performance, the rear camera here would be disappointing. Also on the camera island is the RGB Blacklight. This comes on in different scenarios. It can be a low battery notification, device notification, or gaming and charging notifications. You just have to customize it to fit your preference. The battery performance on this device is a good one. The 5000 milliamp battery easily lasted me through a day of use and often stretched into the second day if I'm moderate with it. The 18 watts charging here isn't the fastest, but it will do if you're patient enough to get through 2 hours of charge time. The real game changer with the P65 is the included 2400 milliamp charging case. I know this is not the most elegant solution when it comes to battery problems, and this adds to the overall bulkiness and weight of the smartphone, but having an extra 45% battery life in your pocket can be incredibly handy, especially since it works as a pass-through during charging. This means you can plug in your charger with the case on, and this charges your device while also charging the case. Just be careful not to ruin your charging port while trying to fix it in or get it out. Running on Android 14 and Itel OS version 14, the software experience is okay. The AI voice assistant is also a nice addition, allowing you to perform basic tasks with voice commands. It's not as advanced as Google Assistant, but it still gets the job done. We get other software features like Smart Panel. It's this shortcut on the side to your favorite and most used apps. I'm not sure if there will be any OS updates in the future because Itel didn't mention this on their website. In conclusion, the Itel P65 is an average entry level and also a budget smartphone that prioritizes battery life and everyday performance. At less than $80 or about 139,000 naira, I think it offers good value for money, especially if you can get one with a charging case. It's not the best choice when placed with other devices in that price bracket, but for students, budget conscious users, or anyone who needs a reliable smartphone that can handle the basics and not only offers a good battery performance but an additional charging case, the P65 might be worth considering. And that's it for this review. If you've used the P65 or you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section below. And one last thing, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel for more tech reviews like this, and like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.